Here's looking down toward Main Street from the end of Route 152. And the water's flowing right past the Subway restaurant there where I get my lunch. There's water that flows right out of a culvert. And that culvert is underneath the railroad tracks. The railroad's right up there. I'm going over towards Main Street again. The water has carried that dumpster all the way across the street over to there. They say it's going to rain for 3 or 4 more days. The electricity's out on this street, and someone has a generator running in the house next to where I am right now, supplying electricity to one of the apartment buildings. Here's from the other end of Main Street, from the northern end of the street, showing a bunch of cars that people didn't get their cars out quick enough. Water's flowing right down the street toward the camera. There's the auto body place where I usually get my car fixed. Looks like somebody had their car there waiting to get fixed. It's going to need a little bit more work now. Here's the other side of that apartment building. There's some cars that are parked down there behind. Looks like there's a pickup truck there that's fallen down in a hole where the water is running down. It's running right through the front yard of that house.
Don't look like that water's flowing down. Don't look like that water's flowing down much. Well, it is like that. Think so? Yeah. We'll get showered, but then we'll get that side.
There's the water coming around behind that house. It looks like the ducks and the geese are enjoying the flood quite a bit. The Waterfront Park. That's the town dock there. It's actually floating up higher than the shore. There's a lot of water coming down over the dam, and you can see the white caps and the froth as the water comes down in between the 2 mill buildings there over the dam. The boats are still there, seem to be fine. There's people living in a lot of these condominiums that are in the old mill buildings, and most of those have been evacuated and they've turned the power off. There's a boat that's anchored out by where the water comes down, the waterfall between the mill buildings. It looks like it's okay, but it's collecting a lot of branches and tree limbs. Can't get close enough to actually see the dam very well because they've got the bridge blocked off here. Those are the spillways. It looks like the water is actually coming over the top of the spillway gates, besides going through the spillways. There's the water flowing under the 108 bridge right there. like the National Guard troops there are helping place the sandbags to protect this building here. Luckily the rain has let up for a while, so it's easier to work. And they've built a pretty good wall there that seems to be holding up so far. Water flowing over the dam. Spillways are on the other side of the dam. Right over there, the water's just kind of coming up over the spillways. We're expecting more rain tonight and for the next couple days, so hopefully the water won't go up crest over that wall right there, where it looks like they're building another set of sandbags to keep the water in so it doesn't go down into that low area. It's down at the end of that parking lot, which goes downhill, and there's houses down there and some other mill buildings. And here's the bridge on Water Street. This is someone's backyard. And there's the bridge over the river there. And there's the water right up against the bottom of the concrete on the bridge.
Isn't that tricky?
Yeah, I think the water's gone down a little bit. There's the Loaf and Ladle. And there's the Water Street Bridge. Well, here's the basement, the cellar of Loaf and Ladle. The water's just flowing right by those windows. Quite a lot of water coming down. It just flows right underneath the foundation. Well, it looks like there's waves coming right up against the bottom up by the cellar. Looks like the library is closed because of the flood. A lot of it coming down the river up there. There's the library from a different angle. Now here's where the river flows out of Exeter. And then it widens right out. It's about another mile from here out to Great Bay. And there's the national news media focused on Newmarket, New Hampshire, and they're setting up their cameras right now. And we pan across the sandbags, and there's the water raging over the McCallum Dam. There's the chief. He's out on the dike. He's doing a test right now. He's measuring the depth of the water, looks like, next to the dike. Okay, down below we have the news media, and they're doing their interviews. But he's looking back at the dam and they're taking pictures. I'm up here up on a higher vantage point here, and I'm going to speak with Mr. Excuse me, what's your name, sir?
Brennish Thomson.
Brennish Thomson, and where do you live?
Newmarket, New Hampshire.
Okay, what do you think about that man down there? What do you think he's talking about, that news reporter?
He should be talking about what they've been doing to try to keep these buildings, historic documents and books, and the dam. Talk about it from breaking, because they've had a specter going on there, and they found out that the foundation of the dam is actually breaking. They're afraid that's gonna fall. It's gonna collapse. So they have some sandbags down there going around this building all the way to the fence back there. And they had about 30 National Guard troops down there making about 50 sandbags per minute, all doing it by hand, and look at that wall there. So,
why do you think all these people are watching there, standing there by the fence?
well, because they probably watched television and saw that they think the dam might break.
Do you have anything that you would like to say to any of your relatives that may be watching television right now?
Yes, I would like to say, hi Nana, we're okay. The Thompsons are fine. Our house, no water in it. So, we're good.
Well, that's good news. Lots and lots of water, and the giant spotlights are on the dam.
Yeah, about 50,000 gallons per second.
Now, how many gallons per second, young man?
About 50,000.
Dam does go. It will cause problems, but not hugely. Make 3, 2, 1. If the dam does give way, it will cause problems, but not huge problems because it's
Going over that waterfall, there's nothing I can do. I'm going over that waterfall, if the dam ain't gonna break through. I'm going over that waterfall, there's nothing I can do. I'm going over that waterfall, I'm bringing my shampoo. La da da.
Newmarket is certainly the center of attention right now. The news media are all around the whole town. More local news people here. And there's 4 Elm Court, a nice little house in Newmarket, New Hampshire. Downstream, well, the water's receded quite a bit here from the area where it's sandbagged. Side of this parking lot here is collapsing. That's probably from the action of the water down underneath the dock here, washing away at the base. They're already getting ready to fix it up. They've got the bricks and they're gonna repave and fill this area here and get that trail going back over there to the rest of the waterfront park.
And I saw it
totally underwater.
right. I saw it flowing towards that house. The first time I saw it, and I'm like, wait a minute, the river comes from that way.
Yeah, there's water over here, isn't there? That goes under? No?
No, I don't know where it came from. Oh, I know where it came from. You tore it up across.
There was 9 cars under there.
Yeah, I know.
I do always have pictures. We saw that. Nobody drove it.
Yeah, we got pictures in Houston property.
Old stream tried to get back to its previous stream bed and just undermined everything. part of the stream came right here between these two buildings. People removing things that have been damaged from the flooding. Well, there's a nice old classical guitar that was floating in the cellar, and they retrieved it. But it looks like that's received a little bit too much water, and all the seams have come apart and the bridge is pulling up. And there's an example of one of the tanks right there. It floated up and the oil all spilled out of the tank. These cars were submerged. And you can see the high water mark. Everything's pretty dry up here on the hill on Bennett Road, and way off in the distance there we can see that the cows seem to be enjoying themselves out in the fields. And then just beyond the cows you can see a lot of flooding over in that area. That's where 108 going from Durham into Newmarket is closed off. The water came down this creek, filled the creek all the way up to over the tops of the cellars and up into the first floor of some of these houses here. And people are out airing out all their stuff and taking stuff out of their houses to dry off. And then as the creek filled up, it filled up this entire ravine here and then flowed across the road, right across the road here, and then wore away the road as it made a waterfall, and then down into the ravine on the other side. The original creek that was here before they built this road and this housing project went right down into this gully right here. There's a woodsy area over there and a swamp over there behind those trees, and the water overfilled the swamp, came right down this road, and this road became a river. So the water was trying to get down here, working its way right down to the river. There was quite a river flowing through here a couple days ago. There's some people hauling away parts of their house, old insulation boards that were damaged by water. I'm on a closed section of 108 right now, looking over at a big farm. It's over here. Fortunately, the farmhouse is up on a hill, but they're not going to be able to get in or out of their farm here for a few days until the water goes down, because that's their driveway right there. And there's presently a brook flowing right across their driveway. And the water extends out